Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Just Bree coming at you with another video. Feel free to hit the like, share, subscribe. Thanks for tuning into my channel. So I want to do a reaction to Kendra G's video, um, her dating show. So let's get into it. Oh, first I want to say fair use, fair use, fair use. I don't know why I gotta say it 3 times. I just do, y'all. But make sure y'all go over there and give her a like. Hit that like button and share if you care. And all that good stuff. Send her a Cash App. Go to her Facebook, Instagram, all those streaming services that she platforms that she is on, and support Kendra G. Because without her, I would not be able to use this content, child. So let's get into it. Without further ado, let's get into it.
You ready, bro?
Yes, it's an honor.
You had good light. I wish you could just say where you was.
Yes,
Okay. What's your name, baby girl?
I'm Danielle.
You sound faint. You gotta talk a little louder. Danielle, where you
I'm
calling me from?
Jacksonville, Florida.
Jacksonville, Florida. How old are you?
49.
49. What do you do for a living?
Huh?
What do you do for a living?
I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for 23 years.
Okay, so you're a nurse. Do you have any children?
Oh, they're grown. I have 27, 25, and 17. She graduated when she was 16.
All right, 27, 25, and then
No,
17?
27, 25, and 17.
And 17. Okay. Danielle, when's your birthday and zodiac sign?
A Taurus.
What is,
We've been having
it is Taurus night. It's
Yeah.
definitely Taurus night now. It's Taurus night. Have you ever been married, Danielle?
Yeah, twice.
Twice. How many children dads do you have?
Huh?
How many children's fathers do you have?
2.
Did you marry both of them?
Yes.
When was your last divorce?
96.
Oh, a while ago. Okay. All right. This is Danielle, Jacksonville, Florida, 49.
27, wait, 27, 26 years ago. She said a while ago. So you mean to tell me that's the last time she was married in 96? Bitch, what the hell?
She's a Taurus, a nurse, 3 children, married twice. Let's get into it. What kind of man you looking for?
Well, like I said, I'm 49. I'm looking for someone who's already established. As a person in my age, I don't expect them to be like starting over. Like I said, I'm a nurse. I make like about over $120,000 a year. So basically, I'm looking to date my wage.
Looking to date your wage. So your wage is 100 and what?
I make over 120,000 a year.
So you want to date a guy that makes 120,000 a year?
Yeah, they're big, and also I'm busy. Like I work and I have my feet into many other.
Can you turn your TV on?
No, it's people around me.
Oh, got you. Okay, so continue. You say you're busy.
Yeah, so I don't need anyone who's gonna be like under me, who's gonna need me to be there every second. You know what I mean? My weekends are free. You know what I mean? And I work a lot, and I have a lot of different avenues of income coming in also. So I have a good head on my shoulder.
Are you the only woman he'll be dating?
Huh?
Do you want to be the only woman that he dates?
Yes.
Okay, so he has to make 120K. You're not really available because you're busy, but you're available on the weekends?
No, I'm available. Like, you make time for.
Yeah, no, ma'am. What? Let me let her finish talking.
What's important to you? But I'm off on the weekends.
You just said that you're busy.
Yeah, I work a lot, but I work Monday to Friday.
So that's what I was reciting back. He has to make 120K. You'll be the only woman, and only really the good time for you to see him is the weekends.
Yes.
So what if he needs a woman in the weekdays?
Well, I mean, I could call off, but like I said, I'm a nurse. You know,
No,
I
I
don't.
understand. I understand.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you normally date men like this, correct?
Huh?
I'm assuming you normally date men like this.
Yes, like doctors and things like that.
So
Girl, you ain't dating no goddamn doctor. Shut up. If that's girl, Lord have mercy.
what happens to those relationships?
They usually, I end up finding out they're married.
I was
Well, how the fuck long do you date before you find out they married? What the hell?
trying to like say stuff back to you to kind of give you a mindset of that man, right? First of all, a man that makes 120K or more is a worker too. So that might not be the
Exactly. Y'all just gonna be both some working asses and then maybe come together on the weekends. Now, I mean, which I'm sure you got other obligations. People got grandkids, they got extracurricular activities. I don't fucking know.
time issue. But they're usually men who want what they want when they want it, right? So I don't know
Hmm.
how many of them will say, you know, okay, I only see you on the weekends and that's fine. So all the men that you were dating, your experience was what?
They smothered me. They needed time, like a lot. Most of the men that if I date, yeah, less than like that's making like about 45,000 or lower, they just want to be under me too much. They need a lot of time.
Okay.
Um, that I don't really. I'm a workaholic, and I feel like I feel like it's money, power, respect.
Money, power, respect. Money, power, respect.
To me. You know what I mean? And they just want me to be under them like all the time. Like they really
Okay.
need me.
Okay.
I need her to explain when her last relationship was, how long it lasted, and what the hell roles did y'all play? And did she really say she got divorced in '96? Like,
That's fair. And the men that made 120 and more, you was a side chick.
I was not a side chick because
Well, if they're
I
married,
if
if,
they
if,
investigate.
if
I
he
married?
has a
investigate.
wife,
I investigate before I even like
hold
continue a
on, real quick,
relationship.
real quick. I wasn't, and if you took it as disrespect, I apologize. But you said you discovered that he was married. So
Yeah.
if you're dating a married man, you would be the side chick because he has a wife.
Dating is like they're going to dinner. It's not you're not in a relationship.
But I mean, you're the one that's considering dating. Did you consider dating the married men or just out to eat?
Well, we was just going to dinner, and then with my like I said, the circle of is kind of small, so word of mouth, and I find out like they either have like
Well, damn it, the circle that damn small. You should have found out he was married before you fucking started dating him. And how many dates? One or two? Like, what the fuck are we talking about here?
a living girlfriend or something like that, and I don't pursue that. I don't do that.
How many times has that happened to you?
It happened twice.
Okay, and was those the two examples of dating men that were 120, 120,000 and more?
Yes.
Okay.
I found men who's making less than that, they were more faithful, but they were more needy.
I mean, I think both things sounds about right. But back to, so did you consider yourself dating the men that had girlfriends and wives? Or were y'all just eating out and hanging out at times?
Eating out. Well, like I mean, like social gatherings or at work or something like that.
Girl, you
So,
So
but
wasn't
you
even
guys
the
weren't.
eating, man.
So you guys weren't really in a relationship. You were just having
no,
dinner together.
yeah,
So that means you never dated a man that made that amount of money then.
no,
Okay.
Lord
But
have
that is your
mercy.
requirement.
See?
no. It's not my requirement.
See? This is the bullshit. Now she just said, look at this mess. I I just snapped it at the wrong. I got her looking all crazy. She just sat up here and said she dated men that make 120,000. Now after that, Kendra then broke it all the way down. Now she's talking about no, she didn't date him because they were married and she don't want to look like side chick, like she played herself. Girl, I'm confused.
But
I'm
it's just okay.
confused.
Maybe it's like
This is the
okay.
lies
I just
that they be talking about. How can you trust these wenches? She is lying.
don't need someone to be smothering me like you all the time. Like I want give me a chance to miss you, and I want
Listen, bitch.
to
At this ripe old age, I don't know what the hell you think. I mean, if you date the 50,000 a year man, you talking about he's smothering you, and then you go the other way, and I don't fucking know, cause she just sat up here and lied. I child.
like do, and also I don't want to. I want to like to go on. I'm a spontaneous person also because, like I said, I make time for what's important to me. I don't mind like taking some time. I have a lot of PTO times I could take off and like let's go on a getaway. Like I've raised my children and right now they're on their feet. Right now I feel like it's my time because I've done a lot of sacrifice for my kids to keep to make sure they're happy and everything and they're on their feet now and they're doing their thing. I feel like it's my time. I need someone who's basically I didn't have time but I'm willing to like you know do like drop everything and
Now she willing to drop everything. What in the hell?
just be young again
First it was just the weekend. Now she willing to drop everything. Now she want to be young.
and just go on an adventure or things like that. I'm
I
ready for
can't.
that. I'm ready to devote myself
Where is the
to
chat?
someone right now,
I
but
need
just
the
not
chat.
don't smother me.
You've been married twice, right?
Yeah.
Right, got you. Okay, let's keep going, Danielle. So Danielle, Jacksonville, Florida, 49. She's a nurse, 3 children. Does the guy have to look a certain way?
No. I feel like the beauty comes from inside. No, they
Okay.
don't have to.
Does he have to be in Jacksonville, Florida?
He has to be Florida.
Has to be in Florida. Did I ask you your strong deal breakers?
Have you ever thought about selling your photos? Hi, I'm Frederick Van Johnson, host of the This Week in Photo podcast. My friends over at Smother.
What do I have a deal breaker?
Yes.
It's just not. Don't smother me.
Don't smother
Just
you.
yeah.
And she
Just
say
yeah.
smother one more time.
Okay. All right. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Kendra is so
Okay.
pretty. She's so pretty.
Can you see me?
Are you at work right now?
She
Is
at
that your
work.
nurse uniform?
Yeah.
Okay. We can see you, boo. We see you, boo. So, Danielle, when was your last relationship, Mama?
6 years. 6 years ago.
Was it 6 years ago?
Mhm.
Okay, you're kind of close to the camera. Bring it back a little bit. There you go. You don't have to answer this question, but I'm going to ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
3 years ago.
So you haven't had sex in 3 years. Are you waiting for your relationship?
It just hasn't been my priority. It's just something like okay, like I said, I was not really focused on having someone, but now, like I said, my kids are on their feet. I've done the mother thing, and so I feel like right now it's like my time now, my time. Like I'm like for me to have that person, but I don't want someone who's boring. I want someone who's
She asked her about the last time she had sex. Girl,
spontaneous, who's
answer the damn
exciting, who's
question.
you know what I mean.
Okay, I got you, boo. So, what's the age range you would date?
45 to 60.
Okay, 45 to 60. Why do you think you're single, Danielle?
Like I said, I haven't had the time to really care about dating, but I feel like right now I'm like ready. Like
Okay.
I'm ready to take it like full course.
Okay. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Because I'm funny. I can cook. I'm from the islands. I'm spontaneous. Um, I role play.
Oh, you role play.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. I'm affectionate. I'm a Taurus, so I'm touchy, lovey kind of thing, and I have like that child in me. I'm excited. Like I'll have fun. I don't have to go out and to have fun with my man. I could put.
All right, y'all. Let's get into the comment section. Ooh, child. Dark Knight says, "Lady, you might want a man who makes as much or more than you, but the man who makes as much or more than you has no problem dating a woman who makes less than you." Exactly. You are in the unfortunate position of having limited options while at the same time having maximum competition. We are not the same. Betray says, "This is what Kevin Samuels said all the time, but you put it in a less rude way." LOL. um. Oh wow. They said not being too cute don't help either. Y'all are so mean, child. And that's why when you not, you know, when your looks, when you average looking, basically you got to make up for it in other ways. I mean, I get that she cooks, she works, but honey, you got to take care of that body. And you got to put your best foot forward because, and listen, I'm 43 and gain weight, so I'm one to talk because I need to get my ass in somebody's gym too. So I said what I said. AR says this is what happens when you think you are a special snowflake. With these outrageous demands, she is in a relationship with her career, and they give no care about her if she drops dead tomorrow for overworking herself. You better preach. Preach it, girl. Preach. Red Rich said, I totally agree. Make that money and don't let it make you. And see, that's the thing. When she should have been, she had two husbands. And I'm going to tell her like Kevin Samuels told her, bitch, you had two husbands. And black women be like, well, she ain't black American, but shit, black American women be lucky we got married once. We got a 1 in 4 chance of getting married, and bitch, you got married twice. So you had your chance. I mean, at the end of the day, at least you can say, well, I had two husbands, and whatever. And at this point, I mean, you better be lucky with whatever, not with whatever, but girl, I don't know how else to put it nicely. Mamba Mentality for Life says, my sister is a nurse who makes 130K a year, but she also works 55 hours a week. She found out the hard way that men under tax bracket are not interested in a woman who works half the day then comes home unable to be a housewife. My sister is also conveniently attractive. Unlike this one, the men still aren't having it. These women want their cake and eat it too. Either drop the hours and have time to be a woman of the house, or work 50 hours a week and be a booty call and a cat or a cat lady. Simple as that. You better preach. Ain't that the truth? That is so true. It's true. It don't matter how you feel. It ain't about your feelings. You know, is it the rule or the exception? I mean, it's the exception that maybe she'll find somebody, but it ain't the rule. The rule is if you work your ass, if you focus on work for year after year after year, like myself too, and then decide, but I've never been married, then decide, after you done put all that time and effort into your children, which you're supposed to, now you decide you want a man, and now you competing for you got competition. Okay, let's be very clear. And you can have a man. Let's be clear about that too. Us women, we can get a man, but is it the man that we want? Is it the man that we want? That's the question. Women love to say, and don't and it can happen and da, 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 da. I believe that God can do anything, but I also believe that we have to pay for the consequences of our actions. Okay, and that's just what it is. Lamar says she has become the man she wants to date. That is not shade. The reality is, the more a woman makes, the less dating prospects she has. Most women are hypergamous. Men who make less see her as the breadwinner. He will be the submissive one. Exactly. That too. Okay. That's why, um, yeah. So the men that want her are going to be the men that she cannot respect. Okay. Men who make less here as a breadwinner, he will be the submissive one, and women don't like submissive men. She's experiencing what high earning men experience when dating down sometimes. I don't know if you can compare that. I think as well, most women have to understand the more, because the men who date down, it's not the same. That's not even the same. They still want the traditional things that men want, and the more money he makes, the more he can command what he wants: youth, beauty, a working womb, and availability. Those men have options. A man her age making that kind of money can date from late 20s to 60 years old with no income requirement, so that is her competition. She will only date her requirement or higher, which is an extremely small amount of men, to the tune of 2 out of 10, and most are already married. Hello. The realization you were a side chick is hard to accept. Right, and then she gonna turn around, well, yeah, right. And then Snob Life gonna say, but if she explained how she wasn't, she a motherfucking lie. She sat up there and claimed them men talking about she was dating a bitch. Brandon said, not the Brandon Long Dick Jones child. If she was dating or even going out with the married man, she was a side chick. Exactly. Shut up, Snob for life. She was a side something. Shit. She couldn't get a ring the third time around. Yeah, most of us can't get one the first time. Sari M says, I'm from Europe and I find it impressive how many people in America actually make over 6 figures a year. It's like every other guest makes 6 figures a year. Deleted account says, I think Kendra mixes up men who make over 100K with regular jobs with men who make over 100K and work in the entertainment industry. Those are two types of different personalities. My husband makes low 100s and he owns a landscaping business with 20 employees. Took him 15 years to get to 100K. My brother makes over 100K and he's a broker. My ex made 90K and was a full stack. What? A what? A full stack. They're regular guys. They're not power hungry sexual deviants. You know what? I get what you're saying too. I get that. I get that too. It 6 figures is particularly low 6 figures like 120K. That's that's a lot of money for the average person. However, um eh, like she said, I mean, you could own a landscaping business and make 100K. Not that it's a lot to lots of people making 100K, but it's not totally unsustainable, unattainable. So, and it's not just like she said or like they said, power hungry sexual deviants in the entertainment industry. Project Leroy says she wants to date her wage. The men who fool with her for real made less than 120K, while the men who fool with her for one night made over 120K. Tell us where you are in the dating market at 49 years old. Is likely the two men who married her and had kids with made less than 60K. Exactly. You know it. You already know. Out here capping at 49 years old. D Young. The men I know making 120K are workaholics too and are either married or want a woman at their disposal. She needs to rethink her standards. The man she needs may make less than 120K. I prefer faithfulness over income. And it's a good. This is a good segue for something I heard on YouTube earlier today when Candy Burris's mom, Mama Joyce, she sat on one of these panels and she's still talking shit about Todd, right? And Todd has become a very lovable character in my eyes, and I think most of Atlanta Housewife watchers, right? I think he's proven himself to be a pretty solid dude, regardless of, maybe he got a girlfriend on the side. They certainly have had rendezvous as a couple, and even if he had a chick on the side, he still seems to be pretty respectable, you know. And Candy said in the past that the ballers, like the real, shot callers slash ballers in the entertainment industry in particular, that she dated, they were, they were cheaters. So it's always gonna be it's a trade off, regardless. And Todd, even though he makes less money than her, you know, um, he's a solid dude. And this lady is way past that stage in life to, bearing children and all that shit. Candy and Todd, they got little kids. She was young enough to still have little children. But I guess I'm sidetracking. Todd proven himself to be a pretty solid dude, basically. And he makes less money than Candy. So, I mean, as long as you got a prenup, I mean, it really shouldn't be a problem. And he still, she found him at a time where he was still willing to hustle. Um, you know, um, where even though she was already established and he was doing his own thing, like together, they just they were able to really come together and grow a business and do whatever whatever they was gonna do or what they've done on a whole other level. Not that Candy couldn't do it herself, because she was doing it herself, but to have that partnership slash husband, you know, um, it just takes your status to a whole nother level. I guess is what I'm trying to say. But and say the man made $60,000. Um, I just feel like if y'all were to do things, you can't necessarily be spontaneous with everybody. If the man made 60, 70K, you may just have to plan a trip, you know, 6 months in advance, a year in advance. That doesn't mean you can't go. That doesn't mean that, he's a bum. Um, so, it's the delusion, child. It's the delusion. On top of just, constantly, constantly looking down at men making less money. Um, if you're a self-proclaimed workaholic, why are you looking for a significant other? Make that make sense. Hope Joy says, I'm an IT and make a bit more than that. In my experience, she will have to date out. It isn't that there are no black men who make that. There's plenty. They usually don't date black women with her aesthetics who have grown children. I was struggling for 3 years trying to stick to my race because I was raised that way, and literally the first non-black man was perfect. Anyway, the world is literally huge. Hope it works for her. I mean, that's good advice too. You know, I think a lot of us who have, you know, um, ran out of options, trying, not necessarily. I didn't go, I mean, I just happened to date within my race. It's not that I'm not, I'm open. So, um, and not that, I mean, there is a whole world. There's a whole world out there. So, she has to be a little bit more diligent, um, in my opinion. And I made this comment in the comment section, and somebody took it away, and I was just like, huh? Because my point that I was trying to make is that when you are older and aged out, and you making a certain amount of money and things like that, you have to be more vigilant in making yourself seen. I'm not saying going up to a man, hey, yo, wait, baby, what's your name? What's your number? No, I would never suggest any woman going up to a man like that. Um, However, you may have to get a couple of gym memberships, bitch, and go to the gym in your town or the next town over for that matter, and be doing some squats and winking at the same time, bitch, and striking up conversations some kind of way. Because we can't afford to sit back. Be very clear. We cannot afford for the men to come, you know, because they ain't coming. I don't do the same shit that I used to do. I'm not in the same shape I used to be in right now. Anyway, I pretty much got the same face. But and even still, like at this age, there's the men that I had the opportunity back in my 20s, it's not the fucking same. And I don't get what these women don't understand about that. So if you're not out here, going to events and bitch digging in that paper looking for events to go to or concerts and shit, you know, and things of that nature, and happy hours, striking up the conversation, then you might as well get out the game. You might as well sit your ass down somewhere because it's not gonna happen. It ain't no longer are the days where literally I could walk into a bar, and I'll never forget the day I walked into a bar one day and barely sat down before a nigga sent a drink over to my table, bitch. I couldn't go in the bar without getting 5 numbers before I left. So them days is over. You know, now I'm a lot more friendly, bitch. The gym that I used to go to, I had a guy I was looking at, but he wasn't reciprocating. But bitch, every chance I got, I'd be like, "Hey, how you doing? Nice to see you. How you doing, bitch? What?" That's what I'm talking about. Or like Kevin Samuel said, drop the proverbial handkerchief. You know, you better strike up a conversation, bitch, or give a wink and a smile. because it ain't happening like it used to. So, anyway, on that note, I am going to wrap this up and I will see y'all in the next video.